The upcoming IBF super lightweight title match between title holder Richardson Hitchins and George Kambosos Jr. is a fight that is begging a lot of questions, and we hope on Saturday, June 14th, they will be able to deliver some answers because the more that these two have spoken in the pressers and the interviews conducted leading up to this weekend's matchup, the more answers we are thirsting for because there's something going on here that it could either turn out to be very disappointing or it can turn out to be something for one of these men that puts them in a position where it is more bark than bite. Let's talk about it a little further. Hitchins versus Kambosos Jr., the IBF World Junior Welterweight title, will be conducted on Saturday, June 14th. This is a matchup that Hitchins wanted. He really wanted to be able to defend his title against a challenger that he felt that can gain respect because he already feels that he has arrived at a class that should place him in the status of other fighters that are more well known. But there's a loophole here because Hitchins entering this bout is coming in fighting out of Brooklyn. The fight will be held at Madison Square Garden. And because it is a title defense, he's going to have to avoid the hometown syndrome, where fighters have been known to go back and return home only to have disappointment due to either distractions or other circumstances that cause their challenge to be a great deal more serious than anticipated. And in the lead up to this fight, Hitchins has been doing a great deal of talking, so much to the degree that he has professed that he is better than the conquerors of George Kambosos Jr. And Kambosos, he has 3 losses on his record. The most recent was a May 2024 loss to Vasyl Lomachenko, where Lomachenko stopped him in the late rounds with a body shot. Prior to that, the 2 losses to Devin Haney. Now, those occurred in 2022, October and June. George is a fighter that, though he's coming from the land of down under, Australia, he is not one to take lightly. Though he's 32 and coming out of a prime, this super lightweight division is something that he takes very serious. And going into this fight, he knows that Hitchins has pretty much cherry-picked him. If George has anything left, this could be a tough fight for Hitchins, whom won his title back in December from Liam Paro with a split decision victory. Let's remember that, Liam Paro and a split decision victory. Now, Hitchins is 27, 5'10", with a 74-inch reach. Kambosos is 5'9", with a 68-inch reach. Now, that's the one thing that I do believe that Hitchins can utilize in this matchup to his advantage, his reach. But against Paro, he was being coerced by his corner to step it up and step it up and step it up. But he never really did turn up the heat on Paro as strongly as he could have. Was it he was just a little bit reluctant, or was it really not there? Because to hear him speak in the aftermath, he's given himself a great deal more of consideration for his skill set and his abilities than what he was able to show in winning the title. And many people will understand this about boxing. A lot of times it's easier to win a title than it is to defend one, because typically a title holder can rest on their laurels, ill prepare, and not anticipate the desire of one who wants to become what you already are. Case in point, Keyshawn Davis, our most recent example. So, professing that he's better than Haney and Lomachenko, Kambosos Jr. has looked at that as something to kind of get him a little bit miffed, because he says he didn't like the way that Hitchins was disrespecting Lomachenko, who recently retired. He stated that he would have whipped Lomachenko and he would have beat him. Kambosos is asking, how dare you say that? That's a legend of the sport. Yes, he beat me, but after 11 hard rounds. You see, Hitchins, like a lot of the young upstarts of today, talks a good game, a foul game, and has very little to show up for it, because his resume outside of Pero, prior to that, Gustavo Lemos, Jose Zepeda, John Boza, Yomar Alamo, and Angel Rodriguez. Not names that are banging down the door of the boxing notebook. But when you look at what Kambosos has done, outside of his last win, which was in March of this year against Jake Wiley, when you talk about Lomachenko, Maxie Hughes, Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez, all fighters who have proven themselves to this point in their careers far more than Richardson Hitchins. So there you have it, with an experienced man who also had success winning in New York when he got that split decision against Teofimo back in November of 2021. Kambosos is looking like the road warrior. The irony is, when you think about it, Mel Gibson, who played the road warrior, was out from the land of down under. Could this be a little bit of fate in the cards for Kambosos? Hitchins is going to have to step it up. because he has talked a great game, but we don't know if he can back it up. I'm not necessarily picking against him, but I know what it's like when these guys like to present themselves as if they've made a great deal of accomplishments and have yet to really get to where they need to be yet. So with that being said, he's going to have to pay close attention and mind his business against Kambosos Jr. because one slip, one little crack in the foundation, and you'll give this man an opportunity against you. I would like to see from a lot of these young fighters today to do a little less talking and show their wares in the ring. There is a loss of the art of boxing backing up the talk with an effort, and a sincere effort of getting out there and accomplishing something. Winning rounds convincingly, not leaving anything at the end of a fight where you figure like if you had a few more rounds to go, you could have managed that. Let it hang out, meaning take risks, step up to the plate of challenge, and let someone know that you are the champ and you're going to turn back all comers. Do not be hesitant. Do not put your coaches and trainers in a position where they've got to ride you like a jockey in the Kentucky Derby. Don't do that. Assert yourself. Let the judges recognize that you are defending your title and you want to be known as a champion. For Kambosos Jr., fight until you can't fight anymore in this fight. Look to take what you are looking for in your career, and that is your name and your claim to fame. Hitchins is currently working on that. You have achieved some. Do you want more, or are you content? Think about it. This is Stormy B Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your thoughts are about this fight this Saturday the 14th, who you have, and Hitchins versus Kambosos Jr. Is it more bark than bite? Leave comments and let's discuss further. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.